Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be starting a really cool series that I'm so excited about, and it's basically a what team is better. I'll be going through their 10-man rotation and deciding what team is better. 10, the Wizards or the Bucks. Sorry, those are two of my favorite teams. So those were the first two teams that came to mind. But today we will be doing the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Los Angeles Clippers, and let's just get right into it. And the first position that we'll be talking about is, of course, point guard, and it is Ben Simmons versus Patrick Beverley. So Ben Simmons easily is better than Patrick Beverley, but truly I think Beverley might do really good with the matchup just because his on-ball defense is so good, and you say, no, because Ben Simmons is so much taller than he is so much bigger than he is. He can't guard him. But remember, Patrick Beverley did guard Kevin Durant really good, and Kevin Durant is 7 feet tall. Ben Simmons isn't that tall. He isn't as good as Kevin Durant, and I really don't have as much worries for Patrick Beverley, though I do still think Ben Simmons wins the matchup. I don't think it's a landslide. Ben Simmons, I think Patrick Beverley is definitely a good matchup for him. And the second spot that we have is the shooting guard spot, and we have Josh Richardson versus Landry Shamet. Now you might move Josh Richardson to guard, of course, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, but I think Josh Richardson right now would guard Landry Shamet. He might guard Paul George, though. I think if he would guard Paul George, but he's guarding Landry Shamet, and this Landry Shamet, kind of the weakest spot in their team, the starting shooting guard, though. You could put Lou Will, just really want to have that depth really good. So Landry Shamet, he clearly isn't that good, but Josh Richardson, he would just not let Shamet score at all. That's the whole point of him having being on the court, just defense, and he wouldn't let Shamet score. Like, he would maybe have like 2 or 3 points, especially with Leonard and Paul George being on the team, and Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell, all players that score the ball a lot. So yeah, Shamet isn't scoring. He might score a few points, but that's it. And the next spot that we have is small forward, and we have Tobias Harris versus Paul George. So that's a tough one. Paul George, of course, easily wins this matchup, but Tobias Harris, he can score. I think he might score like 10 points, but the thing is, Paul George, so good at defense, so good at offense, it's a landslide. Paul George easily dominates Tobias Harris, and it isn't fair. Tobias Harris won't be able to do anything. All he'll be able to do is just set picks, do that stuff. Maybe he can get open for a 3 if Paul George loses his man, and maybe he has to guard Josh Richardson, but I really doubt that. And the fourth spot that we have is Al Horford versus Kawhi Leonard. Though you might put Joel Embiid there, I'm just putting Al Horford out there right now. Joel Embiid could easily be moved to that spot. But Kawhi Leonard, he just easily outmatches Al Horford. Now, Al Horford does defend him good, but he's Kawhi Leonard. Giannis couldn't guard Kawhi Leonard, and Giannis was the MVP. Nobody can guard Kawhi Leonard. So I don't even need to talk more about it. Kawhi Leonard easily wins the matchup because he's Kawhi Leonard. Now the final spot is Joel Embiid versus Ivica Zubac. Okay, that's it. No, I'm going to talk about some more, but Embiid easily wins. Embiid would be pretty much the only hope for them, but he would put up like 50 points. Like, it would be insane against Ivica Zubac, who is underrated. He's a really good young player. Don't get me wrong. But even if you put Montrezl Harrell in there against Joel Embiid, I still think Joel Embiid just goes off. He's only going to get better this year because he's a young prospect. And if he could stay healthy the entire season, I'm just saying, he could be MVP. I didn't say that he will be MVP, but I'm saying that he could definitely be MVP. He was injured for a while, but before that injury, he was top 5 MVP race, and only because of the injury slowed him down. So maybe he's injury prone, but I still think he could get off those injuries and be an MVP. I don't think he will. No, I do think he definitely could be an MVP, but I don't know if he will or not. But let's move on to the final thing, and that is the bench and Philly. There's such a drop-off from starting lineup to the bench. They have Trey Burke, Zaire Smith, James Ennis, Mike Scott, and Kylo Quinn. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, those are good players, but it's just there's such a drop-off from the starting lineup to the bench that it seems like all these players are G League players. Like, they're not. They definitely improved their bench, even though they did lose T.J. McConnell. At least he's not in their 10-man rotation. They did lose Boban. But I definitely do think they upgraded their bench. It's not as bad as people think, but it still is not a good bench. But Trey Burke, definitely a good pickup. Zaire Smith, he's a young guy. He's definitely going to get better this year. And then Mike Scott, Kylo Quinn, James Ennis, hopefully they just stay with their roles, stay being good, but not great players, and not bad players. Just good, average players. That's all they need. And the Clippers bench, it easily beats the 76ers. We already know they have two players that were 6-man-a-year candidates, and Lou Will is the 6th man. Like, after he retires, the trophy might be called the Lou Will Award. I don't know. But they have Lou Williams, Jerome Robinson, who is coming out of college, but I'm pretty sure he played for Tech, Virginia Tech, and I know a lot about them because I'm a UVA fan. He's pretty good. But they also have Mo Harkless, JaMychal Green, Montrezl Harrell, and Lou Will. They just dominate everyone. That's enough said. Lou Will just goes off. And it really isn't fair. Montrezl Harrell is still really good, but I think he might be starting against Joel Embiid in this matchup. And the coaches, Bruce Brown versus Doc Rivers, both good coaches, but I think Doc Rivers beats them just because he led a team with no really superstar players. It was a bunch of average, maybe good guys at the best, but he didn't really lead a team of superstars, but they still went to the playoffs, took 2 games from the Warriors, and definitely gave the Warriors a scare. But guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and like the video. We're so close to 500 subscribers, so let's just get it soon. And there's going to be a link in the description that is going to have a poll on what team I should do next in this series. So make sure you click that link and vote on what team, because it's all going to be up to you guys. And I'm going to give some pretty good options in there. Teams like the Lakers, 76ers again, probably the Milwaukee Bucks. So there's going to be some pretty good options. Maybe Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis, Zion Williamson, you know what I mean. But again, guys, thanks for watching, and peace.